What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Glad to see you guys again. I apologize for not putting out some videos within the past few weeks or to a month, but it is what it is. Got a wife, got a baby now, got a lot of things to do, working night shift, and sometimes there's just not enough time in the day. My dad taught me that one, and now I believe him. When I was a kid, I was like, man, there's plenty of time in the day, but that was when I just had school and sports. But now I got family and a lot of business to take care of, a lot of things to do, a lot of goals to hit, so it's not enough time in the day. But this is a very important video for your Chevy Silverados if you are running a Pulsar LT. You are going to run into a problem when you get that e-check paper in the mail. When you go to do your e-check, they're going to run it through. You're either going to get one of two things. You're going to get a failed test, or you're not going to be able to finish the test anyway. The reason why that is because something with the computer in Chevy Silverados along with Pulsar LTs, the Pulsar LT somehow shuts something off inside the computer in your truck and does not allow the e-check to do its full thing when you go to get your e-check, and somehow the Pulsar LT blocks that communication from their thing or their computer to the truck's computer. It doesn't allow the truck to read whatever it is that they're reading for your e-check. So today I got mine in the mail actually a couple weeks ago. I went to take mine for an e-check, did not go all the way through the e-check process. It showed not ready. That's what the guy told me up on the screen that he was reading off of. It says the truck was not ready. It in fact is ready. It's just not getting correct communication from the OBD port on their end to the computer on the truck end. And the reason why is because the Pulsar LT is installed on the truck. So that is the problem that you guys are going to run into if you are running a Pulsar LT on your Chevy Silverado. So what I'm going to do with mine is I'm going to unhook my harness of my Pulsar LT and reconnect my factory harness that is still inside the engine bay of the truck as well, because you have to leave it in there anyway with installing the Pulsar LT. The only thing I'm going to take out is the Pulsar LT wiring harness itself. I'm going to leave the actual Pulsar LT unit on my cold air inductions intake that I strapped to it with Velcro, so I'm going to leave that in there, but I'm just going to take out the wiring harness and then rehook my factory harness into its correct position, and then I'm probably going to drive the truck around for a few days just so that the computer can hopefully recalibrate itself before I take it back to the e-check. So let's hop on in the engine bay here and I'll show you guys what I do. Second part of the video here, guys, had to move the work truck over here to the left so that we can pull the luxury truck over a little bit and work on the engine bay to get the Pulsar LT off and reconnect the factory wiring harness. Wanted to give you guys a cold start here, see if we got a loud punch one. Haven't started the truck in I think 2 days, so let's see if we got a loud punch here. Initial hard punch. Alright, we are up under the engine bay here, guys. You guys see the Pulsar LT right here. I'm going to leave the module velcroed onto my cold air inductions intake housing here that holds the filter in there. As you can see, I'm just going to be unhooking this wiring harness here and plugging back in our factory wiring harness that's down there, as you guys can see. Maybe not right there. That's our factory one that's hooked up into the second outlet port that our Pulsar LT wiring harness comes with, so that your factory wiring harness has something to go into and doesn't throw you a check engine light when you put on your Pulsar LT. But before we do that, we do have to disconnect our battery when we're working with wiring, so make sure you guys do that before you disconnect anything with your Pulsar LT. So we'll do that first, the battery, then we'll unhook this and reconnect our factory wiring harness and leave all that stuff sitting right there so we can plug it right back in after we pass our e-check. Bringing you guys back in here, we took off our negative battery terminal with our handy dandy Milwaukee electric ratchet there. Took off the Pulsar LT wiring harness. That's what's sitting right here, these two pieces. This is the piece that connected right here that you guys saw. This piece was down in here that you guys saw, connected to our old wiring harness or our factory wiring harness, but now that's all hooked back up. The factory wiring harness right here, it's all hooked back up into one piece. I am going to zip tie our Pulsar LT wiring harness right here so that's not flopping around with the next few days that we're driving around, and hopefully getting that computer recognized back with the factory wiring harness so that we can pass our e-check. Again, I told you guys I was leaving the unit on here, velcroed on to my cold air inductions intake. So that's pretty much it for the video, guys. I will make another video once we get out of our e-check. Today is Monday, I'll probably going back to e-check Thursday or Friday, getting some drive time Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday in the truck so that computer has enough time to re-recognize the factory wiring harness is hooked back up so that we can pass our e-check. So I will see you guys on Friday in a new video. Thanks for watching this video. Again, if you have a Chevy Silverado and you have a Pulsar LT, you have to do this in order for your Silverado to pass e-check. I know maybe a handful of guys, like 5 guys maybe, that have been able to get away with going through e-check without having to unhook their Pulsar LT, but in my case I have to unhook mine. It's not reading the e-check, so I have to unhook mine and rehook up the factory wiring harness. So thanks for watching, guys, appreciate it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video when we're at the e-check.
Have you ever felt? Are you listening? Damn.